Hip movements are very important in any dance form. In Kuchipudi, the upper body movements and hip movements are very subtle and nuanced. But the strangest thing that I've heard about Kuchipudi as an art form is, people consider it as a distant cousin of Bharatanatyam. Or if you mix Bharatanatyam and folk dance, it becomes Kuchipudi, right? That's the strangest and weirdest statement that I've heard about Kuchipudi. It is a form on its own. It has its beauty, it's nuanced, and it is very subtle also. But it is about the way you execute it. So when you learn a movement or execute a movement, especially hip movement, there is a factor that you have to understand. That's a weight and balance. For example, this particular adava, where you stretch your leg and sit. This is tam digi digi tei. In this particular adava, if you look at it, my leg just stretched and I'm sitting on my left leg. When I sit, automatically there is a hip movement or a bend to my body. So this is how it is. And even if I move this right leg anywhere, lift or stretch, this won't change because I'm sitting on my left leg. And this could be exaggerated. So this is the right movement, and you if exaggerate, it becomes this. That is not a right posture. So shifting your weight, you're standing like this, shift your weight to the left. So I'm sitting on my left leg now. Now I sit on my right leg. So where you shift your weight matters. That's how you create a bhanga, a curve or a hip movement. So the beauty of it is to know how much you have to do it. When you exaggerate it, it looks bad. In Kuchipudi, there is another movement where you go front and back. So it is a small jump. It is very typical in old school Kuchipudi. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. See, your body is controlled, your upper body, your lower body, and the weight is here. And when you lift, your upper body is not just going up and down. It is steady. It is only your lower body that is being engaged. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you don't learn this adava properly, you have a tendency to do it like 1, 2, 3. The whole body keeps moving. So understanding an adava, where you put your weight, how you balance matters. So all the sitting, there is another step of going back in Kuchipudi where you go 1 and 2, 3. See, your body is bent this way. So every time you sit, you bend, you go back. See, the bend is not changing. And you're sitting to your back leg. So there is a bend. When you execute or when you study a movement, you have to understand where the weight is given, how you balance the body. When you learn it, don't go for mass movement. Isolate your movements and learn. So when you want to go to this posture, don't just go immediately to one particular movement, but sit, understand how you are centered, how you sit to your left hip, how your hands are stretched, then how your upper body is twisted a bit. It is slightly twisted to your left and stretched hand, your head moves and look. So this is all understanding each and every movement. So that's how you learn an adava. You will understand how much of each movement should be, weighed and given. Otherwise, Kuchipudi is not an exaggerated movement, or it doesn't have big hip movement. It is controlled and nuanced. It is just that you haven't learned the adava in right way.